Mastering Modern. And it's just playing a little bit of Modern, hopped in a little 2-man. What I want to play today is this blue-black. I called it blue-black Delver, but I guess there's no Delvers in it. But you get the idea. It's frogs, it's Murktides, a couple subtleties, and some Tamios, and all the generic modern stuff. Preordain, Consider, Counterspell. 3 spell snares, because I think this card is like super well positioned in the metagame right now. Sink into Stupor. Not sure if this is actually good or not, but we're going to give it a shot. And yeah, lands are pretty basic. Darkclick Shores fetches, and 3 fetchable dual lands. Blah, 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 blah. Let's play Modern. I scouted my opponent, and it looks like he's on Indomitable Creativity. So I will keep this hand. Any mulligan to 6, because I'm a very good Magic player. On the draw here, I think I probably want to... Assuming he has Creativity, they play Wrenn and 6. So I think I want to hold up Spell Snare. Try and snipe that. If he doesn't do anything, I can just consider. Does that change anything? It probably does. I'm going to do this. Just assuming he's Creativity. If he casts Wrenn and 6, I'll just get a Watery Grave and counter it and then be able to play Bowmaster next turn. If he doesn't do anything, I'm just going to fetch up the Surveil land. So mountain, yeah, this looks like Creativity. Everything here is mountains. Oh yeah, and here comes the Wrenn. Am I a genius? Of course I'm a genius. I'm not that smart. I'm playing this fucking format. Okay. Boom. Card's great. There was a vintage player I used to play with a lot back in the day. He was very good. I think he top 8'd a Grand Prix in Legacy, playing a bunch of Spell Snares. And he said, and I quote, "Spell Snare is like advice and a card, because if it costs 2, you should probably counter it anyway." So we take that into consideration when deck building. And I'm just passing here. I want to get a threat into play so I can start pressuring him. If we let him fuck around all day, he'll eventually sculpt a hand that can just kill us. He's gonna Fable here. Just run it right into my 2 blue mana. He is. I think I just let this resolve. I'm going to Bowmaster here. If he... I'm not going, I'm just ping him. If he blocks this Bowmaster, I'll flash in the other one. I think. Is that even good? I guess my issue is if he goes fetch land... if he's able to get the 4th land that makes a Goblin, he can Creativity me. So I want to make sure I have some out to that. So I think... Is it even that good if he gets me? Like, I can theoretically... If he Creativities me... Because the only out that I have in the deck right now, I think, is just Spell Pierce and Counterspell. There's 2 Spell Pierces, 4 Counterspells. I guess Drown the Lock does it too. That Force of Negation. So I actually do have some draws. So maybe here I can take a turn off from attacking. Because he's not going to want to draw 2 anyway. So maybe I do this. And if I'm going to be scrying, I think I want to fetch first. So I don't value my life total too highly here. So let's Preordain. I don't think I want those. Just want an answer to Preordain. I want to keep this on top? I think I will. And he might get me here, but that's what happens. He's on the play. And I couldn't find an answer in time. But he does also have to have... Oh, wow, he went for it. Okay. What did he ditch? Land. Okay. So he does have to have a way to get the Goblin Mine or Dwarven Mine and the creativity. So he does need to have 2 cards, specifically, to get us here. If he doesn't kill us here, I think we just untap, and I don't think we can lose the game from that position. Alright, so we're feeling good here. It doesn't look like Dwarven Mine. I had a heart attack for a second. Yep. Another Fable. Yeah. You're not gonna like the second Bowmaster. That's okay. You don't have to like... Oh, we love that too. Okay, sick. Now I'm really happy. So if I draw a blue card here, I can go Bowmaster, Murktide, have Drown, and Force Up, which would be optimal. So come on, blue card. Sing him to Stuber. Make me take everything back. That's not blue card at all. Alright. Attack. No blocks from our guy, so he clearly values mana more than his life total. So I have a decision to make here. Do I want to go Murktide and Bowmaster? Or... Yeah, I guess there's no sense in holding up Drown and Force because I can't do both. So I'll just hold up Force, being able to pitch Drown on the lock. I think what I'll do is hold up this Bowmaster for his upkeep to be cheeky. Actually, no, I won't. I'll play around him having something. Let's do this now. So he has 1 turn to kill me. He only has 1 card in hand, but he basically gets 3 looks this turn. But he has to... 3 looks to make the 2 cards in his... No, he can't kill me ever, because he needs... Okay, he doesn't need the land, so he can, theoretically, like, Thoughtseize into creativity. It still isn't even that good. No, it is. Alright. Discarded 1. This is the next one, is it? Never lucky. Okay. Leyline Binding. If I kill that, do I win? I Force of Negation the Leyline Binding. He's at 8. I attack for 7 in the air, but he can block. He goes to 1. Doesn't kill him. I think I have to let this go. This not being a blue card was really annoying, because if it was, I could have forced this and had Drown the Lock to kill his blocker. But, oh well. I still wouldn't want to trade positions with this guy if I had the choice. I mean in life. I don't know anything about this dude's life, but fuck him, man. I also wouldn't want to trade positions in the game. Attack for 2. Sure. Something good. What's good? Untapped land is good. Really anything except a tapped land. What's good is my opponent fucking hitting okay. There we go. Alright. So that is good. Force. So, okay. Attack here. He'll jump. He won't jump. I don't know why he wouldn't jump. And in fact, I even thought that might have been wrong to not shoot this thing to get in for damage. It would have been bad. But this, yeah, I don't think this was, like, shooting this was right to get into damage, but I also, this is, oh, it's not legendary. Never mind. I thought these was, the back of this was legendary. So it's not. Okay, this makes way more sense. And it also makes me want to shoot this now. Do I want to shoot this now? Yeah, let's just shoot this now. We are still not cold to indomitable creativity. We have the force here. He gets another one. Another leyline binding? So this one I do think I have to force of negation, unfortunately. It just takes away my clock too much, I think. Kind of need to rip a little bit here. Which is never a position you want to be in, but here we are. Come on, baby. Okay. Keep that 100% of the time. Attack with both here. He's forced to chump. Going back, if I could do it again, I probably would force of negation the leyline binding on Murktide. I've been losing traction ever since that turn, and he's been kind of keeping up the pressure. I don't think it's enough for me to lose, but you know, if I had just forced that, this game would have been over turns ago. Now, that being said, we did see a ton of cards between Counterspell, between Consider, 2 Considers and 2 Preordains. Like, it's not like we just raw dog this, but we did probably get a little lucky. Okay. He's going for it. What the hell is this? Was he casting Archon? That rules. No, he's casting Creativity. Okay. And we got, what was our draw? Subtlety. Yeah, not great. Okay. So against a combo deck like this, I think I definitely want Force of Negation. Stern Scolding, what does that get? Not really anything, right? No. Consigned to Memory. I don't think they play the ring. I don't think they play the ring, no. So what's bad in this matchup? I like all the counters, I like all the card selection. Subtlety's probably pretty weak. Fatal Push also pretty weak. Don't think I want Spell Bomb. I think I want Break the Ice. Consigned to Memory. What can that do for me? It can counter an Archon Trigger. That's pretty weak. Is that just better than Fatal Push anyway? Can counter the first half of Fable. Not really any part of a Fable. No, I don't really see it. So I have to cut 2 cards out of here, I guess. Fatal Push. Yeah, 2 Fatal Pushes. At least Subtlety can stop Teferi. So prior to this 2-man, I did have... this list was a direct copy of one that top 8 at a challenge like a week ago. And I was playing it and just felt that it was a little bit threat light. So I added 3 Tamiyo and I cut, among other cards, an extra Spell Pierce. There was a 3rd Spell Pierce initially, and now I really wish I had it. But, oh well. Okay. Got a very, very solid hand. This hand on the draw, I'd feel really happy about. Still very happy here, but on the draw, this would feel like a free win. I'm sorry, on the play, it would feel like a free win. And now the question is, do I want to fetch up Watery Grave now? I think I do. Like, once you... the thing is, I'm trying to think of the interaction this would have with scrying. If you scry cards at the bottom, you don't want to be shuffling your deck after. So I think just for the sake of making my scries better in the long run, I'm going to lead with the fetch land. Then I'm probably going to have to fetch, next turn anyway to play this frog. So it's not exactly a heartbreak. I'm also absolutely going to turbo try and flip this thing and put him on a clock of my own. Because once this thing ticks down, once it ultimates, that's kind of just it. So I guess next turn I'm going to attack and play frog. Then I can attack and preordain twice. Ren and 6. Do I just let that go? I think I just let that go. Kill that with frog if I need to. Okay. Psychic frog. Yeah. Get my clue. So this turn he'll probably just play Fable. And I think I might force a Fable. I'm still pretty insulated with Charm. Getting back land. And also the -2 on Fable is really strong with Ren and 6 since he's getting all these lands back for free. I think this is the turn I want to kind of tempo him a little bit. Okay. The other question is, do I even care about this Ren and 6, or do I want to get really aggro and start poking him with this thing? That can't be right. I'm going to attack Ren and 6 and him. I think I will discard Flooded Strand here. What I would love is Counterspell, Drown the Lock, Spell Pierce, Force of Negation. Something that allows me to play this Preordain and still have a shield up. Okay, perfect. I can play Darkslick Shores. Can cast Preordain. This will flip Tamiyo. Murktide, Regent, and Spell Snare. Do these do much for me? Spell Snare has some utility if they play Remand or the White Remand. Murktide isn't very big, and I also am already pressuring him somewhat. Huh. I don't think Murktide's better than Random Card, but I think Spell Snare probably is. If I didn't have... If my board wasn't two pretty solid threats, and by two pretty solid threats I mean Modern Horizons 3 block constructed. But if it wasn't that, I'd consider Murktide more, because you do have to pressure him. You can't just let this guy sit around all day. Like, we are the beatdown in this matchup, because eventually he will sculpt a hand that's just inevitable. I guess the other decision I have to make is, do I want to keep ticking up Tamiyo with the threat of her ultimate, or just minus it to get back a Force of Negation? I think minusing to get Force is probably correct, but we'll see what we draw. Best case scenario here is he just does something stupid, like plays another Fable, and I get to crack this clue. I won't counter a Fable this time. I'm far enough ahead that I'm not worried about it. I just want to keep my Mega Shields up. Leyline Binding. That, I think I will attempt to counterspell. If he has Remand, he has Remand. He has Remand. Spell Pierce. Oh, that hurts way more than Remand. Okay. So, Frog is down. Oh, Tamiyo's down. Wow. All right. Another Spell Snare. I'm going to attack him. I don't think I need a second Spell Snare. I can't even... Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm... Discard Spell Snare. Okay. And I'm happy to play this land because now I can double counter. I value that much more than discarding. Teferi. Old Uncle Teffers. Oh. Gonna try and counter that one. Oh, baby. Spell, remand me. Remand me. Negate. Negate. Remand. Negate. Wait, remand? Come on. Yes, white remand. Hell yeah, dude. Another spell snare. That's why we play 3 of them. So he's dead now. He's at 6. I draw for a card. I can crack both my clues, discard 3 cards, and kill the shit out of this bad boy. Attack Flamey Oliver. Four, 5, 6. Look at me. I can be on Sesame Street. And that's how, in case anyone wanted to know, that is how you get a great opening hand and against a matchup that's favorable, and then still barely win. So thanks for watching, and more Legacy to come too. It's just I don't have time to play the leagues, and I'm really bad at keeping up with them. Like there's been multiple times when I've been in the league and then the league ended and I was like 2-0 or whatever, and then just didn't get any prize or got whatever the equivalent of 2 and 3 is. So I just find 2-mans to be easier when I got a lot of shit going on at home, and I don't forget about them because I forget about leagues a lot. But regardless, I want to keep bringing more. It's just that the Legacy 2-mans take forever to fucking fire, and the modern ones don't. So maybe we'll mix the modern in. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys.